Hi friends, it's Patty and welcome back to the Living Well with Bipolar Disorder channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about one way that I have been told how to live. And I just want to start off that people that have told me this, actually it's just been basically one person that told me how to live this specific way just recently. And I realized the way that I've been living is basically the only way I know how to survive and how to live, and so this person was quite perplexed. It was my therapist, and he thought, this wasn't the right way to live, and so he put it in more gentle terms, of course. But so I told him, we were talking about my mood and how it's been really stable, and how I wasn't having any suicidal thoughts for quite a while. I think it's been about 4 or 5 weeks, maybe even longer, which is a long time for me. And I told him, I said, well, I have a race in late September that I'm working towards, and then Halloween's going to be not long after that, so I'm good until Halloween. And he said, what do you mean? I said, I'm going to be pretty healthy until Halloween. And he said, is that, he asked if that's how I lived, like from one event to the next. Hi, Oliver. One event to the next, maybe one episode to the next, and just basically finding things. He described them as finding breadcrumbs to find a way in order to live in such a way. And I thought that was a really interesting conversation, because I, at one point, thought that's how everybody lives. We just keep finding things and finding reasons to stay alive. But apparently not everyone lives that way, and my therapist would prefer that I lived that way instead of finding these breadcrumbs. One question I have is, why do I really have to change? I mean, I feel like as long as I'm living, as long as I'm growing and moving towards things, I don't see necessarily what the harm is. One thing, though, to consider is if everything in your life falls apart, let's say I couldn't run anymore. So I didn't have any more. Sorry, Oliver's playing around here. Say hi. Say hi. Let's say I couldn't run anymore. And to me, if somebody told me I wasn't going to be able to run anymore, I would be devastated. And running is such a huge part of me. It's part of my soul. And oftentimes I say it's my reason for living, really, which sounds a little dramatic, I know. But again, that's how I get from one day to the next, is finding reasons to live, and running happens to be a big part of that. So mostly I'm doing this video, I really want to hear from other people. If you live this way also, if you go from one thing to the next, one goal to the next, or do you just basically live, and no matter what happens in your life, you plan on living and trying to find the best in life that you can. So I don't know, this has been such a huge part of me. I never really considered living in any other way, and I'm going to give it some more thought and, I don't know, see what I come up with. I would love to hear everyone else's opinion of this, and how you live and how you get from one day to the next. Especially, I know during depressive episodes, it's really difficult. My last depressive episode was really, really hard, and it took forever. And I was really desperate. I actually had a suicide attempt. And getting through that struggle, I had to take it sometimes hour by hour just to get through. And I don't know, I just find that that's the way that I tend to get from one day to the next. And I tend to keep looking forward towards things that I want to achieve, and things that are really important to me, things that bring me joy and excitement. And so for me, I have lots of stuff in my life to look forward to, but for me, it's running races. And so when my therapist said, I shouldn't live that way, that can't just operate from one race to the next and chasing these breadcrumbs all the time. That that there's another way to live, and I've never considered that. Again, like I said earlier, I don't know if I want to change how I do this, but it's something to consider. So I may expand on this a little bit because I know we as, well, anybody with a mental illness, and I guess you don't even have to have a mental illness to feel this way, but oftentimes it seems like we get advice or input from others that what we're doing with our life is not really the path we should be following. And I think that's especially true with bipolar disorder. And so I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we just go from one day to the next and chase these breadcrumbs that my therapist likes to think of them as? Or do we just kind of live in the moment, live from day to day, and no matter what happens, you decide to live? I don't know. It's a really interesting concept. So I think I'm going to keep considering this, and really getting some feedback from other people would be great. So I'm going to end this video now, but please remember to like this video if you want more content like this, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And also in the comments below, please drop your ideas for videos that you would like to see. I would be happy to read those and get your ideas in terms of what content I should be preparing for in the future. And again, follow me on Instagram. Sorry, I don't know why that was so hard. Follow me on Instagram. Lots of pictures of Oliver. And I'll put the link to that Instagram in the description box below. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.